Have you ever noticed something strange happen when a bird sees you? One day it flies away the moment you get close. A few days later, that same bird stays on the branch and watches you. Then one morning, it lets you come even closer. And eventually, it no longer seems afraid at all. At first, this might look like a random change in behavior. But what if it isn't? What if that bird has been studying you the entire time? Imagine walking through a quiet park early in the morning. The air is still. The trees barely move. Then you spot a small bird sitting on a branch nearby. For a moment, neither of you moves. The bird is not eating. It is not singing. It is simply watching. You take one step forward. The bird reacts. You stop. The bird stays. You move again. This time it flies away. Before we uncover what birds may be secretly watching, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments. Have you ever felt like a bird was watching you? Because what happens next may completely change the way you look at every bird you meet. Most people would forget about the moment and continue walking. But scientists have discovered something fascinating. Many birds do not make quick decisions about humans. Instead, they observe. They remember. And in some cases, they may spend days, weeks, or even longer deciding whether a person can be trusted. That raises an incredible question. What exactly are they looking for? Because from a bird's point of view, trust is not a small thing. A single mistake can be deadly. Every day, birds face predators, dangers, and unexpected threats. Surviving often depends on making the right decision about who and what to avoid. So when a bird sees a human, it cannot simply assume everything is safe. It has to be sure. And this is where the mystery begins. Some people seem to earn a bird's trust surprisingly quickly. Others never do. The strange part is that most of us have no idea we are being judged at all. While we go about our daily lives, birds may be paying attention to details we never even think about. The way we move, the way we approach, the way we react. Every small action may be sending a message. And believe it or not, researchers have uncovered evidence suggesting that birds are far better observers than most people realize. So what are birds actually looking for when they watch you? The answer may be far more surprising than most people expect. Many people assume that birds only react to sudden movement. If you get too close, they fly away. If you stay back, they remain calm. Simple. But researchers have discovered that some birds pay attention to much more than that. Imagine two people walking through the same park. Both pass the same tree. Both move through the same area. Yet the bird reacts differently to each person. One is ignored. The other is watched carefully. Why? Because birds are constantly collecting information. Every movement matters. The speed of your approach matters. The direction of your eyes matters. Even the way you behave from one day to the next may matter. To a bird, trust is not built in a single moment. It is built through observation. This is what makes their behavior so fascinating. While many animals react instantly, birds often take time to study a situation before making a decision. They watch from rooftops. They watch from fences. They watch from tree branches. And most of the time, people never realize they are being observed. Scientists believe this careful observation helps birds separate danger from safety. In a world filled with threats, making the wrong choice can be costly. So instead of taking chances, birds gather information first. But here is where the mystery becomes even more interesting. Some birds do not stop watching after a single encounter. They remember. A person who behaves calmly day after day may slowly become familiar. A person who repeatedly causes fear may also be remembered. And that changes everything. Because the moment memory enters the picture, these encounters stop being random. They become personal. Suddenly, the bird is not reacting to humans in general. It may be reacting to you. The more scientists studied this behavior, the more incredible the evidence became. Certain bird species appeared capable of recognizing specific people and changing their behavior based on past experiences. And if that sounds surprising, what researchers discovered next was even harder to believe. Because some birds seem capable of remembering faces long after the first meeting is over. The idea that a bird can remember a person may sound unbelievable at first. After all, Birds are small creatures living busy lives. They spend their days searching for food, avoiding danger, and caring for their young. So why would they pay attention to human faces? That is exactly what surprised many researchers. As scientists began studying bird behavior more closely, they found evidence that some birds are much better at recognizing people than anyone expected. Instead of treating every human the same, certain birds seem able to tell the difference between individuals. Think about that for a moment. A bird may see hundreds of people walking past every week. Yet somehow it can remember which ones caused trouble and which ones never did. From the bird's point of view, this makes perfect sense. Remembering danger is an important survival skill. If a bird can recognize a threat before it gets too close, it has a better chance of staying safe. But this ability creates another fascinating question. What happens when a bird decides that you are not a threat? This is where the secret test may begin to reveal itself. Birds rarely trust all at once. Instead, trust often grows in small steps. First, they watch from a distance. Then they stay a little longer before flying away. Eventually, they may allow you to come closer than before. These tiny changes are easy to miss, but to the bird, they are important decisions. Every calm encounter becomes part of the information it collects about you. Every peaceful moment adds another piece to the picture. And over time, something surprising can happen. The bird begins expecting you. Not because it has forgotten its fear, but because it has learned something about you. And once a bird reaches that point, its behavior can change in ways that reveal a trust that took days, weeks, or even months to build. And that leads us to the final mystery. So how can you tell when a bird has finally decided to trust you? The answer is not always dramatic. In fact, the signs are often very small. A bird that once flew away the moment you appeared may now stay on the branch a little longer. A bird that used to keep its distance may continue feeding even when you are nearby. It may watch you without panic. It may seem calmer in your presence. To most people, these moments look ordinary. But for a bird, they are important decisions. Remember, trust is risky. A bird cannot afford to make careless mistakes. Every day it faces dangers that most people never notice. That is why trust must be earned slowly. And perhaps that is what makes this hidden test so fascinating. Birds do not care about fame, appearance, or words. They pay attention to actions, consistency, patience, and behavior. In many ways, the lessons birds teach are surprisingly simple. Trust is not built through force. It is built through time. The same rule that applies to birds often applies to people as well. The next time you see a bird watching you from a tree, a fence, or a rooftop, remember that there may be more happening than you realize. While you are looking at the bird may also be studying you. Quietly, carefully, patiently, and maybe that is the real secret. The test is not about whether you trust the bird. The test is whether the bird decides to trust you. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a bird come surprisingly close or seem comfortable around you? Tell us your story in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating bird mysteries. Until next time, keep watching nature closely. You never know who might be watching you back.